Hey, it's Cosmo with Solutions 8, and today I want to talk to you about a major change that Facebook just announced. Facebook is changing its default attribution window. Here's what that means. Right now, if you launch a Facebook ad campaign, the default attribution that Facebook applies to your campaign is 28-day click, 1-day view. So if somebody clicks on an ad and then 27 days later makes a purchase, Facebook will let you know, hey, this person purchased from that ad. It has a 28-day attribution window. Now, if they view an ad and then sometime that day purchase, then it will also attribute the purchase to that particular ad. So 28-day click, 1-day view. You can change that in the Facebook dashboard. My experience has been most people don't. And by most, I mean like 90% of them. Here's what's interesting. Facebook is discontinuing the ability to apply a 28-day click attribution window. And they're changing their default from 28 days to 7 days. They're also removing all historical data related to 28-day clicks. This is happening on October 12th. So the way I understand it, and the way I read the announcement, on October 12th, 28 days becomes 7 days. So you don't have the ability to assign 28 days if you wanted to. It's not just that they're changing the default. They're getting rid of 28 days entirely. Facebook is citing privacy concerns. I'm skeptical that that's the only reason. I won't speculate in this video, but I will say that I think we're going to see more programmatic tools being brought into the fold that relate to this attribution window. So on October 12th, we have a 7-day default attribution window, 7-day click, 1-day view. And then on October 12th, all of your historical data goes away. So if you have, previous conversion data that you want to use and view, then I'd recommend strongly downloading that data. This could be potentially, to be honest, it could be potentially catastrophic for some ad campaigns, because if you have a long sales cycle, anything past 7 days, then Facebook just hamstrung your ability to track conversions. Now it's if you're selling impulse buys, if generally speaking people click and then they buy, you should be in really good shape. But that tends not to be the case for all businesses. I mean, especially info marketers, anybody who's doing long-term nurtures. It's going to be really interesting to see the impact. And the truth is, we don't know. I mean, I don't know how much of a negative impact it's going to bring about. I think it's really going to depend on the business. You're going to see less conversions no matter what. So expect to see post October 12th your conversion count going down. That doesn't actually even necessarily mean that you're receiving less conversions. It just means that Facebook isn't reporting on anything that happened past a 7-day window. Here's what worries me, though, is Facebook is a machine learning mechanism. So you're telling the machine when positive things happen, when good things take place, and it just cut the window that it allows by 75%, really. So Facebook's ability to replicate those common denominators based off of the wins that we've been able to signal via conversion is going to be limited now in scope. And again, depending on your conversion path, you're going to be at a disadvantage. So that's issue number one. Issue number two is omni-channel reporting. If somebody clicks on a Facebook ad and then is remarketed via Google, which, by the way, if you're not doing that, you absolutely should. If you're running Google, you should be remarketing on Facebook and vice versa, because the two networks can really feed each other very significantly. But if somebody clicks on a Facebook ad, so the origin of that customer is on Facebook, and then you remarket not just on Google, Taboola, Outbrain, AdRoll, whatever, Twitter, if anybody out there still uses Twitter, God bless them, you're not going to be able to see the attribution inside of Facebook. So you won't know that from a conversion path perspective, unless you're using an omni-channel reporting tool, and I don't know many out there that are honestly even that good right now, but you won't know that conversion was catalyzed inside of Facebook. There's an article on Search Engine Journal that I think does a really good job of sort of encapsulating this issue. So I'll share the article in the description of this video. Short version of long story is we just lost more data. And this is the narrative. All these advertising networks, Google included, Google just, took away search terms. They're all removing how much we're able to see. And I think a lot of it has to do with constant, never-ending march towards automation. They're trying to limit our autonomy. So, and I mean, on one hand, you can't blame them. They want to be able to control the ecosystem. On the other hand, it really limits what you can do as an advertiser. And I guess we'll see. So if you have any opinions, or if you see something here that I don't, I'd love to hear it. Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you mañana.